Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Joey Evans.
According to the title of this video, I'm also Tom Vasel.
No, this is me with the angel and the devil sitting on my shoulder.
I'll let you
Situation.
decide whom is whom.
Angel.
Not you, Joe.
That's what the devil always says.
That is true.
Anyway, today is technically a day off from the Dice Tower, although I think Roy and Camilla were saying they were going to come in anyway. They haven't, but they said they were. And then Joey and Chris showed up because we're going to play games.
And we said we weren't coming in. That's not true.
We've almost started playing a game.
Yeah. We're here since 6 setting up a game.
Setup was
Extreme.
it was a bear.
Yeah, well, we'll just say we're playing the Darwin game. What's it called?
Darwin's Journey.
And having to separate out all the expansion stuff is really annoying. I mean, it was separated out now, but the setup would have been a big setup anyway.
Separating the player age wasn't that tough, though.
The single player aid.
What? Mm-hmm.
I am
into three equal pieces.
I am still mind boggled on this. It's just all right. Anyhow, so this is time to answer questions. So you can ask questions and we'll answer them. We might not answer them. So just keep that in mind. And we'll do this for an hour because I actually do want to go play this game.
Yeah, maybe.
So you take the day off on Norway's National Day?
Happy National Day of Norway. I don't know anything about this.
All right, well, congratulations, Norway.
You did it.
Have I ever eaten at a place that throws rolls? I have not. Have you?
Yes. Is there a place in Indianapolis or somewhere? I remember, now intentionally or...
No, intentionally.
Yeah, okay, but...
Yeah, not like slipping on the peanut
There's a
shells
place near Pensacola called Lambert's that does it.
Lambert's, that's where it is. Why do you think Indiana? Yes, I've eaten at Lambert's. Is there more than one place that throws rolls?
They just throw them at your table? What do they do?
Yeah. You just ask for rolls and they'll be walking around and they throw them to you. And I remember as a kid, that was like the best thing in the world. And
I'm an adult. That sounds pretty fun.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Are the rolls good, though?
Yes. They're not like those Hawaiian rolls.
That's a big pause.
Well, they're not like the Hawaiian rolls that you get that are just the best.
All right, quick question. Who makes the best rolls?
Hawaiian. Not Hawaiian, people like at the state. The
Hawaiian.
Well, you know what
what restaurant has the best rolls? Because we've had a big debate here about this.
Oh, man, is it...
Mike DeLisio was incorrect on it, by the way.
The place we go to...
He says the breadsticks at Olive Garden, and that's wrong.
No, those are nasty. Those are...
Oh, no, they're
those
good.
Are baseball
They're not
bats.
nasty. Come on now. Don't be so pretentious.
They're great.
Is it Claim Jumper?
The place we go to, that little place around here, that Italian place you like, they have good rolls.
They really do.
Those
Mamma
rolls are
Mia's.
good.
Yeah, Mamma Mia's.
Well, we always had Red Lobster. The rolls are pretty solid. But I'm telling you, my new favorite is the ones that the Brazilian steakhouses have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's a winner. I was thinking traditional roll, but those Brazilian bond de queso.
Someone in our game
like
group,
that?
Teresa, makes them every once in a while and brings them in.
Bon.
Yes. They're
Oh,
delicious.
those are good. Yes, I have had those in. Okay.
All right.
Rolls, get your rolls here.
Will y'all play Arctic Scavengers? I felt like I got a raw deal in the latest top 10. Well, I want to bring this up because someone said in the comments, it was probably you. What do you mean got a raw deal? What does that even mean? Like the game is actually the best, but we all secretly were like, no. I played Arctic Scavengers. It's fine. It's not great.
I haven't played it. I think Z has, and you guys said it's good, but it shows its age. It hasn't been kept up as much as other games that have like Ascension, Dominion have done new things, and it hasn't. But it could be good. But it just didn't make our top 10.
I have not played it. I have no comment.
You'd love it.
What do I think about Discord now that it's up and running? I had to turn off notifications on my phone.
That's the first thing I
There's
did.
a lot of notifications.
It seems very, very enthusiastic. The fact that we've mentioned it in 2 places and it has 500 plus people in there already, that's nice.
Yeah.
We will mention it in more places as time goes by. Question for Joey.
What? I didn't know they were allowed to do this.
Yeah, no, don't.
Oh, yes. We're right there next to Lehigh. There are a couple.
The question is, where's a good friendly local gaming store in Fort Myers?
There's a Dungeon Games, and then there's a Dragon's Lair. They both focus more on Magic, but they're actually nice. They have a lot of tables for open gaming and things like that. Dragon's Lair actually has tables or rooms you can rent, like for $10 a day or something, to have D&D campaigns or whatever. So those 2 are really good. And there's Cool Comic and Games that is in Cape Coral. That's probably the largest one. It's like 20 miles away. So those 3 right there are really good. We're pretty blessed over there in Lee County.
What is each of your favorite non-Marvel, and he clarifies later, comic book character?
Spider-Man.
Ooh.
He's Sony.
No. You know what?
Smiley Bone.
I like the Flash. Oh, Smiley Bone is great. Oh yeah, I forgot. Just
you've
got
read
introduced to
Bone?
him. Yes.
Bone is the greatest graphic
Really
novel ever
good.
written.
And they keep saying they're going to make a series or something, but it's just like a Firefly season 2. They're never going to do it.
Nickelodeon, yeah, I'm annoyed about
Oh,
that.
it's Nickelodeon? I'm back out.
Do you have that hesitation though sometimes where you like something so much you're like, I don't know if I want to see an animated series. Like I would have loved as a kid to see a Calvin Hobbes animated series, but I'm almost grateful it never happened.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think where this happened. So the Dilbert animated series was actually pretty good.
That was funny, yeah.
Didn't know it existed. Go ahead.
It was like one season, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
So it was a miniseries. Non-intentional, though.
But, yeah, but you know what? Let's say it's bad. I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would watch a Far Side animated series.
Well, how would that even work?
I don't know, but they could make it work.
All right.
Or Marmaduke.
Oh, Batman, by the way.
Oh, Lamberton, Missouri, too.
Should the Dice Tower only review games that are available in the U.S.? Got into an argument about that yesterday. No. We're just going to review games. That's our thing. Yes, the viewers are our number one priority, and so we try to review games that you can get, but if I find a game that I like, it'd be weird not to talk about it.
And also, I don't know, it's hard for us, this is a bit of an excuse, I don't know, it's hard for us to know exactly when games do come out because they're sent to us for review purpose. There's a lot of English-speaking countries that aren't the U.S. that those games are available in. There's a big market that watches.
That's right.
videos.
People in those countries are watching us too.
And I understand the frustration, too. Like Comic Hunters, when it came out, you know, I tried everywhere to get that from Brazil and stuff, and eventually I almost went too far to get it from Brazil. But it was
Who
like...
did you almost kill?
He flew to Brazil.
I did. I'm like, you know what? I like Comic Hunters a lot. But no, so yeah, but it's nice to see what's out there because there are a lot of other countries that watch.
And also, when a game that's not available in a lot of markets gets positive attention, it can generate more interest for localizers to do
Right.
this. So I mean, it's a balance. It's
It
a
evens
balance to
out.
walk.
We're just going to do it. Do you ever think you'll do a similar series to Corner that you did with Rado with Mr. Flipside, Sam Healy? I'm going to call him Sam Healy from now on.
Sam Healy.
That does work.
Maybe. I have no problem doing anything with Sam, but
Same.
I really don't like doing the thing over
The digital.
the digital thing. It just is not the same. Even though at the table, me and Eric and a guest, it's not the same camaraderie. I love doing stuff in the same room, and that's what we really push for here.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, red lobster biscuits are great.
do you ever miss doing the Dice Tower Secret Santa game swap? Not even remotely. Also, it's on BGG now. It just was, It was so much work, and I really struggled with the number of people who were upset that they didn't get something good. Because the Secret Santa is essentially you buying a game for yourself, but you're saying you're buying one for someone else.
Right.
Because everyone's buying a game for everyone else, but you have a very specific list. And I get people complaining, like, the guy I'm buying a game for has 5 games on their list, and they all cost over 100. I'm like, yeah, well, you know. The whole thing it's fun. I participate still. I didn't participate last year, but I almost always, each year, participate in the Secret Santa Christmas card exchange. Because that I like.
Yeah, that sounds nicer than like a game.
I always sign up. You can sign up a maximum of 15 times. I almost always do. So we send out 15 cards. We get 15 cards. You know, give or take a card or two, whatever.
Yeah, no, that sounds neat. I didn't
Do
know
a
about
Dice
that.
Tower White Elephant game swap.
Do you think if we like live streamed a white elephant gift exchange?
Well, that would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic.
We did a white elephant one time at the in my house. It was most of the Dice Tower and our spouses. That was back when Derek was here, and Sam and Jason and Bonacor. Bonacor bought this little Mars rover start piece. I still have it because that's what I ended up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as everybody involved is fun.
Right.
In 2 ways. You don't care if you get something stolen from you.
That's
And
a good
also,
thing. Yeah.
bring in something that's interesting. I don't think it's funny that you brought in a 24-pack of toilet paper. You're not as funny as you think you are. I will be using that to TP your house later.
Back in 2020, that was like throwing away liquid gold.
Yeah, don't do that.
Mike wants to know his day off.
No, get
Nope.
back to work.
That was a joke, Mike. Also, if you notice, we're all here anyway. So, But let's see here. Did you watch Eurovision? I've only ever watched clips of it. Have you watched it?
I've never seen the movie, no.
No.
Oh, is that? Oh, what's this? What's the actual event called, though?
No, I'm kidding. No. It's no. You know what? The only thing I've ever watched is sometimes like a Swedish metal band or something like that makes it oddly far. Or I think a few years ago, Lordi won it. They're like an over-the-top costumed pyrotechnics heavy kind of band. I watched those ones. I don't really care for Europop too much, but I always like it when like a random metal band gets far along.
Huh.
Is there a list of games you'll be playing in the marathon? Yes. Do you ever play practical jokes on each other? We haven't for a while. We were for a while with Kenny. Kenny was running all kinds of nonsense here. We had a game that showed like this girl like coming out of it. I forget what it was called. It's a terrible game from WizKids. And the box cover showed this girl, and Kenny would hide it all around the house. And even one time he opened up the toilet seat, it was right there, taped inside. And we used to hide Manny around the place, the mannequin.
Oh, yeah.
With the clown head on.
Yeah, but you moved Manny to storage, I think?
I hope that's where I moved him. He might have died.
That's sad.
Oh, man. He fell apart. He fell in half when we moved studios, but he Darth Mauled.
It happens. If the hate is strong enough.
Is that what it was? Is that what sustained him?
Yeah. His hate was that strong, he pulled himself together. Pull yourself together, Darth.
So when I tell someone to pull... All right.
Man
Is anyone at the headquarters excited for the Star Wars Unlimited news from Fantasy Flight?
We were just laughing about this yesterday.
I don't think anyone is, actually.
I'll play it or whatever. I'm not a big CCG person, and yikes, this one looks... Just the looks of it are awful.
I agree. I'm interested in Lorcana. I really am.
I am too.
I wish it wasn't a trading card game probably
Same
at the
here.
end of the day, but I could buy starter decks and play it, and I'll probably buy some booster packs because I like collecting those characters. Star Wars we've seen done like 30 times. What's this going to add new to it? And especially when they're starting to like, guess what? We're going to do episode 4 because you've never seen that one done.
That illustration you can find on the website of Grand Moff Tarkin is depressing.
All right. Let's see. What breakfast cereal deserves the Italian hand gesture? Is the Italian hand gesture just the finger?
Magnifique.
Oh, that one.
Whoa, what?
Well, I don't know what.
No, you're thinking more.
It's this one. Molto bene. You know. I don't know.
I hate them all.
What's
What?
the most Italian
Cereals?
breakfast cereal
I have
out
not
there?
eaten cereal since I was 17.
You
I
know what?
swore a great oath.
You never had raviolios?
I started liking grape nuts.
Really?
With a lot of sugar. I want to specify.
You are now old, officially.
No, with a lot of sugar. I mean...
I don't think there's enough sugar to make
You are
those.
just fat old then. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Mainly because it's the only thing at the house.
When I was serving my mission, there's like a training center you go to in Utah before you go to wherever, and they had dispensers of all the cereal that you would want to eat.
Oh, I love those.
And so a table next to us had a grape nuts eating competition, and everybody lost.
Do you know where you found them all 2 hours later in the exact same spot, didn't you? Colon blow.
How do you go about setting up game nights for your church youth group? And that's 2 questions. And do you ever deal with pushback from certain people about playing games in general? The first one, I don't run anymore. Mm-hmm. But when I did, when I play games with teenagers in general, it's really hard unless you have just enough kids for one game. Yeah. That's easy. But if I would have 2 games, I would set one game up and there would be arguing or they would get bored consistently. Mm-hmm. The one I'm not sitting at.
Yeah, we did the thing where youth groups and church game groups are totally different, I've found out. Because I tried to do like youth groups, trying to do the games that I enjoy, ends up being throw burrito, maybe class, things like that. That's what they like to play.
Happy Salmon.
Happy Salmon, things like that. But then as far as like certain people push back, we always did the whole thing, it's more than just a game. It's not about the game on the table, it's about the relationship you're making with the people across the table.
Did you get... I got pushed back like 15 years ago.
We got pushed back.
I've run into almost none of that now.
We played Zombie Side. We got a little bit of pushback for that.
See, I'm more careful.
Yeah, well, ours were painted too.
Although it's always funny because you never know. Some people will not... They'll be like, I don't want to play Zombie Side. And I'm like, oh, hey, here's Cash and Guns. They're like, let's do this. I'm like, wait,
true.
what?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'll never forget the one time a mother came to me and she's like, hey, you're playing Werewolf.
Oh, yeah, it's another one.
With the youth group.
Yeah.
And I'm not really comfortable with that. I was like, oh, I said, well, what if I change the theme? I said, originally it was called Mafia, with mobs and stuff. She's like, oh, that's fine. I was like, werewolves aren't real. Mobsters are.
I just bought Let's Summon Demons.
Let's summon. Oh, all 3 of those would be great.
Do we archive our videos a lot like, what is LTT? Is that like an archival thing? We bought a humongous hard drive.
Late to table.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm making that up.
We bought a humongous hard drive that we paid a lot of money for, and I think Kenny just sold it or was going to sell it because it was too much work to put it on there. YouTube archives our stuff. We keep videos for a while, not that long.
Those files are huge, though.
They're huge. It takes up too much space. Yeah. YouTube has them, so if YouTube ever goes under,
the whole world's done anyway. So
yeah, we'll just recreate all of them.
We will.
I remember what I said.
You ready to throw a couple games off the roof, Tom?
Do it.
I could do that.
Move back to Korea really quick.
People are also saying that Mike DeLisio is the Angela Lansbury of board gaming. If that's the case, then who would you say is the Peter Falk?
Ooh, just one more thing.
Here's the thing. I think it's also Mike DeLisio.
That's fair.
I think he's Angela and Peter.
He's also the Peter Frampton of board gaming.
Now, I will say, talk about me being old. I am reading the Peter Falk autobiography. It's called Just One More Thing, and it's fantastic, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's just, he fascinates me.
Is Dice Tower East like Dice Tower West? Can you buy badges at the door? No. We started selling tickets in, I don't know, October, November? I don't remember what it was. We've given you all tons of time to buy them. I said many times, I believe, it will sell out. Did I not? I feel like I said that. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to tell you. That being said, some people do give up their tickets, so you can go online and keep an eye out for that. And then next year, you can come. Farside had an animated cartoon for a bit in the 80s. I need to go find this.
I wonder how bad it was.
Wait, earlier did you
there was a Marmaduke movie. Go ahead.
You said Farside earlier. I heard I registered as Farscape. That's very different.
Farscape?
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Farscape, was that like that? Have you watched that?
No. I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a Terraforming Mars fan to the core, but it annoys me that Fricks Games announced Prelude 2 to go on Kickstarter. Why do they do that? They don't need Kickstarter for that. I don't know that almost anyone needs to go to Kickstarter. I mean, some publishers obviously need the upfront money, but most of them don't. Or they could find other sourcing. They could just save up money for a long time. I mean, technically no one has to go to Kickstarter, right? You could just work at your job really hard and save up money to put out the game.
I think some publishers do it to give them like a direct tunnel to the user.
Again, it's good for the publisher other than the 10% they have to give the Kickstarter. But other than that, it's good for them. And you might not like them doing that, but I wouldn't point fingers at them by themselves. Queen Games has their games published and printed sometimes. Yes. And they go to Kickstarter. And so do a lot of other companies.
Clank Legacy, the new Clank Legacy is on Kickstarter.
Yeah, and people complain about that, but you know what? It is what it is. That's where it's sold. My only complaint when a game's on Kickstarter is I just think, I have to wait longer before I get it.
That's the big thing.
But then I can walk into the Dice Tower library and go, who cares?
Right.
There are hundreds and thousands of games to play.
Also, can we make fun of the fact that the name of the game is Prelude 2?
Now that part I will make fun of, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a bad name.
Bad name. Go lay down.
Someone asked me my top 3 favorite hymns off the top of my head. I actually have this list on the internet if you can find it somewhere. So go hunt for it. It's on a Tom Vasel blog that I did the typical thing of, here's my blog, here's a few posts. I'm going to come back, don't worry. Then never did it again.
Where does In the Sweet By and By rank in there?
It's not. My number 1 I know is He Lives. But I don't know. In the Sweet By and By is one that's weird because it can be sung so badly. There's a land that is. And I've heard it done that way.
When people slow it down.
Yes.
So
in the sweet by and by.
How about when you sing wrong? Because Juliet can't read, obviously, but she tries to sing. So she has one song that she sings, "Behold, he comes riding on the clowns." And I'm like, her visual image of the second coming is fantastic.
On the clowns.
It's going to be a party.
I like this.
What part of the Dice Tower is the coolest temperature-wise? There's 2 spots. One is...
My desk.
Well, Chris said Wendy's desk. Because the But then you guys pointed away from your desk?
No, it's right on mine.
Okay, well you like it. You like it that way.
I do like it cold, yeah.
And then there's an office that's right outside the air conditioner, so it's gonna get it first. The Camilla's office. That's probably the coolest. You know where the warmest spot is? We're in it. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe my office.
Yes, because you have no airflow in there whatsoever.
That doesn't bother me. I don't know why.
I like my desk.
Oh, we got a thumbs down for that one.
Probably that's.
It was probably the sweet by singing.
That's that person who sang it slow at your church. Tom hated it.
No, it could be peppy in the sweet by. Anyway.
Yeah, it should maybe be on fiddles and banjo. I really like more up tempo.
There is a guy called Bart. There's a thing called Hymned, Hymned. It's Bart Millard, I think is his name, which I love. This guy This guy took these hymns. He promised his grandmother. He was like a contemporary Christian artist. He promised his grandmother he would produce some with hymns, but he took them and he just did them in different styles. It's like postmodern jukebox for hymns.
That would be great.
And I like it a lot. It's actually pretty mild stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, I like stuff like that a lot.
All right, what's your lightsaber color? Orange.
Green.
Today, because it matches my shirt. I would change mine from day to day.
Oh, it's true. Like in have you played Jedi Fallen Order or the
new one?
No, the older one.
No, I have not.
You can change. You can customize a lot in your lightsaber in that one.
I like red. I'm not a bad guy, but red just looks.
I'm sorry, red is bad.
I know, but it looks so good.
He's reclaiming red.
Or Samuel L. Jackson go purple. You know,
Green.
because he can do purple.
Green. I always loved Luke's green lightsaber in Return of the Jedi.
What's sitting on your shelf of shame right now?
Everything.
No, we got like hundreds of games.
Yeah,
not hundreds actually.
Yeah.
We're probably below 200. It's. Here's the thing, though. I don't consider it self shame because we go through our stuff.
We do.
I don't buy games and let them sit there and then never get them played. And until we get to a point where like, hey, this isn't going to get played by anybody, then we get rid of it. That definitely happens.
Machina Arcana is the one that actually came out yesterday that we're going to try to hit. Looking forward to that.
On my personal shelf, I have a copy of Acquire that I want to get played.
I've always wanted to get
Is that the new one? The Renegade one?
I've wanted to acquire it.
I got
what about the Mega Acquire?
I want to try Acquire. I don't know. Should I try the Hex one first?
No, I think it's the same thing. I think it's just the same thing, but with hexes.
And gold.
When are we going to get episode of Dice Hour watching They Live Mystery Science Theater? I thought about doing that sometime, a Mystery Science, but I would have to, I don't know what you have to watch public domain stuff, right? Or it would be a problem.
I don't.
Oh, we could find a public domain movie. Those are the good ones.
There's some really terrible ones. I forget the name of the movie, one of the worst movies ever is considered, and it's just cracked because the guy has like a gun and he pushes his hat up with the gun.
Oh, that was Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yes, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That's public domain. That's great. Like Riff Tracks. You ever watch Riff Tracks? Where they rip modern movies? It's great.
Let's see here. I don't know this game with the paper flashlight that you're asking about. I'm not sure. A paper flashlight that revealed things?
Maybe like a blacklight flashlight. Do we spoil Seafall for them or no?
What's the best game that really needed an Etsy purchase? Well, I don't know if you include BGG as part of that. It's straight up Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Yeah.
Like, not a question.
Yeah.
I will refuse to play
There's no way.
without upgraded bits.
I agree.
But that's the only game I can think of that I'm not strong on.
Anything that's popular. I remember we were talking about some game that had like just way too thin of components and stuff. Like an older game. You know,
The game we just played.
Which one?
The one, the deduction game. What was that called? With the numbers.
Oh, Think Straight.
Think Straight.
Lost Code.
Oh, the Think Straight was terrible.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I played that.
You just did. You played Lost Code.
Oh, yes.
It was originally called Think Straight, where the components were like little paper strips.
Really?
It was so bad. I gave it the best review I could because I thought the game was amazing, but the components were terrible. And I said someone should reprint it, which they eventually did.
Also, it was spelled with an 8, like an Arabic numeral 8. Think Straight.
That's rough.
It's a double winner there.
Yeah.
I live in Central Florida, and I've been concerned with bugs and moisture damaging my collection. Is this an issue with you? Bugs?
I don't put my games outside.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't put myself outside.
We try not to do that. The moisture thing is not a problem if you run your AC all the time.
Right.
Because that gets rid of the moisture. I've never seen it to be a problem. One year I kept the games I was getting rid of. I used to keep them in my garage.
How was that? Did they
lasted for a year before I took them to Dice Tower. I just got rid of them. I never had complaints. There's definitely.
Yeah, you poisoned all the people that bought them, Tom.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, like AC sucks the humidity out of.
And bug spray gets rid of bugs. I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, I don't know where the bug issue would be, unless you need to just kind of service your house in general. In which case, that's like a bigger question.
Let the viewers send in the white elephant gifts.
Oh, that would be scary.
That's potentially frightening.
It would be funny, but I would have to know the person. Like someone would have to know what was in them.
So one person
Yes.
has to.
Someone's in the back opening them all. Okay, this one's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Laura? Just to make sure.
Are y'all still playing Marvel Snap or has the hype died? I played it today, so I'm good.
I play it every once in a while. It's a fun game that I pull out and I'm like, yeah, play a match or two. And then I put it away for another several weeks. That's exactly what I anticipated when we did our review of it. Mm-hmm. That it's a game. I like it. If they made just a little easy card pack version of it, I'd play it with my kid. That'd be fun.
I play it almost every day.
You still do.
Really?
I do. I gotta complete my missions, man. And I like getting new cards, so I'm working hard to do that. I'm on collection level 3,600. My player level's really low because I lose a lot because I'm trying to beat the mission. I don't care if I win the game.
Jason Levine plays it while we play War of the Ring, the card game.
Yeah, he's way addicted. He's way addicted to that.
No.
Do you think roguelike board games will be a big splash in the board game industry? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no here. Because the concept of, hey, play this game. Oh, you lost, but now you're a little better for the next game. That's already been done in Pandemic.
Mind management.
Mind management. I don't think it's going to take over the industry. I think it'll be a big splash. Roguelike, they even fade out for me. Like when I'm playing one like the Dead Cells game I played. That board game's coming out. It's going to Kickstarter, or is on Kickstarter right now, right? I played Dead Cells. It's fun. You die, you get better, you come back, but then you get to a boss you can't beat for me. And then I just kind of lose interest.
Yeah, I agree. I think in a board game, we were talking about board game versus video game format too. Certain things I think are more fun inherently in a video game, repetition being one of those things. So we'll see several. I like some of them. I like Paperback Adventures. That's a wacky word game version of a roguelite and everything, but also...
They have to be solo for them to work. I don't think it would work multiplayer very well.
I don't think so. Or I agree.
Okay, I'm annoyed so far. We got 28 minutes and we haven't talked about Zelda yet. But anyhow, let's see here. People are talking about Joey and gross nuts. Grape nuts.
That's pretty, eating rocks. That's true.
Why are people comparing Fruity Pebbles to grape nuts? I'm not sure the
They're
difference
both rocks.
there.
Ooh, s'more cereal is good. You had that at your house. You had one of those really, really not healthy cereals at your house. I was impressed. Was it Reese's?
Oh, I buy all kinds of non-healthy cereals for the kids because I feel bad. My wife never does, so I have to counteract that. And so I just went and buy a whole bunch of them.
Blueberry. Oh, man.
Do you think small box good games are in short supply? Wolfforce, can you rephrase this? Do you mean good games the company? Because that you might. Or do you just mean good games that are small box? Because I'll answer that part, which means no. I think there's lots of good small games. We just reviewed one last week, that little...
Inside Job?
Vaal. V-A-A-L.
Valbara.
Valbara. It's a great short game, small game.
I think they don't make as splashy an entrance usually.
No.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get a game like Point Salad that everyone goes wild over. But I feel like I love little small box card games.
And they're not in short supply. So I saw you just mentioned in Discord, I saw that you played that little game with the coffin on it.
Crypt.
Which is from the company that they're now famous for, the picture game.
Canvas.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Road to Infamy. That was their first game. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And so when I got Crypt, I was like, I didn't like Road to Infamy. And I played this little card game. I'm like, this is really good.
I liked it.
And no one talks about it because it's a small card game. But they definitely exist. Go to your local game store. They probably have a shelf of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that'd be a good top 10 list to do at some point. We've probably done it on the channel, but there's also a lot of new ones. Yeah.
All right. People keep talking about the Far Side cartoon. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I didn't know
You're
about this at all. Also, I apparently need to watch Farscape.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't have to. I'm not going
Let's
to.
see here. Bart Miller's the front voice for Mercy Me. Okay, there you go. Anyway. Oh, yeah, there's videos of me teaching math on that page. I guess people found my thing. I had to make videos of me teaching math because it was like, I was using it as my resume, sending it out to people, showing me actually teaching. That's an actual handy thing that you can do.
Yeah. It's your portfolio.
Let's see. Robert's going to play Acquire with you at Dice Tower, so there you go.
Okay, sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind if somebody that knows the game really well.
Oh, you don't have to go public domain. You have to get licensing for it. Oh, yes. Well, I'm sure we're going to be spending that kind of money here at the Dice Tower. It's probably not going to happen.
Now, Rift Tracks, they do make it to where you play it during the movie. Like Lord of the Rings, I watched it with the Rift Tracks commentary. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I understand that. To me,
yeah.
the reason I think I've done Rift Tracks once. The reason I don't do it is just too much work.
It's a lot of work. That's the
it's
other
like
problem.
I don't need to hear you talk during the movies.
But I do a lot.
I actually feel bad because we're like, we make so many comments during a movie. I hope the people around us aren't getting annoyed.
We laugh so much in John Wick 4.
Oh, it was good.
Comedy of the year.
Night of the Living Dead is public domain, has a board game tie-in.
Ooh.
That'd be an interesting one to watch.
That would be a good one.
I wonder if anyone here has never seen it.
I have not seen Night of the Living Dead.
Really?
It's on YouTube. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be interesting.
That would be a good one.
That'd be a good Halloween thing to do.
Yeah.
Would you like to see dual layer boards implemented in Arc Nova? Here's the thing, Brett. You could just say, would you like to see dual layer boards? And I'm done. Yes.
Yeah.
I always want dual layer boards.
What I really like, though, is I really like that more companies lately have had it where it folds and then you put the little stickers on yourself because there's no glue and it doesn't warp.
I agree.
Okay, yeah.
What's happening in my hat? Is it slowly becoming black? No, Joey ran over it with his car. No, it comes like this. I really like this. And, people keep asking that. I'm like, I guess I could have just bought a white hat and then had the kids run over it with a bike. I'd be hip.
I think it looks better in person than it might translate on camera.
Maybe. Who gets to pick the music in the van on the way to Gen Con? We were already discussing this.
Driver privilege.
Boss privilege.
Or boss veto.
Person who bought the radio.
I was listening
and the van.
I was just listening to it on my phone. Blasted. It sure is great.
Well, you know that's how it works now. I drive my car and I'm like, ooh, doesn't everyone love this music? I turn around and everyone's just sitting there with their headphones in.
All the
no
time.
one's listening to the car music anyway. Just me and Laura.
No headphones. Me just blasting it out of my phone.
That's the worst. There was a guy at the game store. He doesn't do it. Well, actually, he does it every once in a while. Chris.
Okay.
Chris. And he would sit there like, oh, this game's Star Wars, so we need to listen to Star Wars music. And he plays it out of his phone.
At the game store?
Yeah. And it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't mind the Star Wars music necessarily.
I do it at home, but
coming
not
out of
at
a
game
phone
store.
from 2 tables over is not as exciting.
Doesn't sound tinny.
We got our thumbs down. What did I say now?
It's your hat. Your hat
It's
sucks.
the hat. Played Space Base with my wife. She's won every time. Says the way to win is to put everything on 7. Is that true? I don't know, I guess.
It helps.
If that's true, take her to Vegas, man.
Or you get those cards that kind of start pushing you to get the one next to it, next to it, next to it. That's what I usually do.
Let's see here.
Everyone.
Without spoilers, they went to headquarters and joined a new Zelda game. So let's see. Roy has it. He's played it a little, he said, because he was traveling. He's played it. Mm-hmm. You and me are playing it a ton. Wendy's playing it.
Yeah, Wendy's catching up. Wendy got recently into Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time, so she had to kind of like work that out of her system.
It is because they're so different. That's why when I play these games, I'm playing one.
Yeah, I think she's now switched to Zelda.
Switch. Who else is... Z's not playing it, but I think he's somewhat interested because he played the first one. Camilo's not playing it. You're not playing it, but you never played the first one.
I didn't. I'm doing Dreamlight Valley over and over. But yeah, I want to play it eventually.
All the Vasel kids are playing it.
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying it a lot. No spoilers.
Well, this is a good one. What would be a nice way to tell someone a game's likely too complex for them without hurting their feelings? They're a bit older and not a gamer, but have a fragile ego. Well, first of all, I wouldn't even bring the game around them. But let's say they saw a game and said they want to play that. I might just say that it's just so convoluted. It's hard for me to teach. Maybe put the onus on yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a bad way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I would play this, but man, it's a struggle for me to teach this. It's like 30 minutes of teaching.
I don't know the rules well enough to teach it.
I have a hard time teaching dumb people.
Right.
But
it's on me.
But if you say no offense, no offense before you say that.
No, but it actually is a thing, though. I usually just like, this is so complicated.
Yeah.
You know, for me, just a lot. I've never had someone like really push back on that.
I think so. Yeah, I think that it's easy to say to overthink and be worried about it, but
you can mess up. You can be like, oh, not that. This is an easy one. Even a baby can understand this type of thing. That's not. And I'm being exaggerating, but you can make it. You gotta be careful how you word things too.
Right.
Yeah. But saying that one's really complicated. Yeah.
Now it's hard. I guess where it would become into play is if the three of us are about to play it and that fourth person walks up.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the tough situation.
That happens.
And then I'm like, this is best with three.
No offense.
Is the award show at Gen Con a black tie event? So me and Eric were just talking about that yesterday. So he's going to bring a tux. I'm thinking about bringing a tux too. I've worn a tux once in my life at my wedding. I wear like ties all the time.
Yeah.
So I never understood why a tux is considered nicer than a suit. Because I don't like tuxes because I don't like not having anything.
The poofy shirt?
The poofy.
I don't like that.
I like it.
The Seinfeld shirt?
I think I'm just going to wear a suit. Why should I wear a tux? Tuxes are dumb.
Suit.
I didn't wear one at my daughter's wedding. I wore a suit.
Yeah, now to be fair, your daughter also didn't wear a tux to her wedding, so.
That's true. I wore sneakers to her wedding too because I'm done with that. I'm over that. I'm wearing comfortable shoes the rest of my life. I don't care.
Were they black sneakers?
Yeah, they were these. I don't care.
I was thinking about that because I assume that I'll have to bring dress clothes. The only thing I dislike about traveling with dress clothes, for me, is that I dress like this. So it's just more stuff I have to pack.
Well, I don't know that. Here's the thing. For us, it's not as big of a deal now because we have the van.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can stick stuff in that van.
Well, I'm sticking my suit in there.
But I probably won't bring like specific leather dress shoes.
Leather suit.
My Sunday best.
Is it worth purchasing the Zoo Pack? Are the extra boards cool for Arc Nova? Sure, if you really, really like it. If you're just getting into it, just play it for a while. You'll be...
There's so much in there.
There's so much in the thing.
Have you used them? The Gen Con ones?
I haven't actually.
I haven't either. I've got them in there.
They're great, but I mean, I went through them. I'm like, I love these. But I play so often, like 95% of my Arc Nova games are with new people.
That's
so I just play with the base boards.
Yep.
Is the big aquatic expansion going straight to retail? I assume so.
I guess, I assume, yeah.
Alrighty. Hi from Ukraine. What old CCG would you like to see reviving? Overpower. Like, why am I even pausing here? Overpower.
Garbage Pail Kids.
That's not a CCG, but I would love a Garbage Pail Kids CCG.
The Office collectible card game. No, The Simpsons. Rework The Simpsons collectible card game. I've debated buying a pack because you can find them real cheap on eBay.
But the gum is nasty.
Oh yeah.
Jeff wants to remind me that he doesn't think this hat translates well to camera.
Give it time.
Got it. That hat is like ripped jeans. I don't think that's true. I'm like one of those dads who's like, when my kids have friends over with ripped jeans because I don't allow them, I'll be like, do you guys need money? Does your house, are you guys out of money? I can buy you clothes.
I just really want you to wear ripped jeans when they have their friends over. You just show up in ripped jeans.
Like really bad, like where
Yeah,
like it's like I can't look at you bad.
Man, yes.
Oh, that would
all
be
the way up your thighs. You're
First of all, I
basically
couldn't do that. My wife would kill me. Secondly, I will never,
so great.
to my dying breath, I will not understand why people buy ripped jeans. It's not. It's like a fashion statement that at least 50% of people in the world, when they look at it, they think you're trash. I don't get it. I also I don't get like the faded
No offense.
jeans. No. I'm not saying I think that.
No, I know.
But I'm saying a lot of people do. Like ripped jeans just look bad. I had a neighbor when I was a kid who shot jeans with a gun and then sold them because they had bullet holes in them.
Where did you live?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
This was in the 80s. So.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, just a normal front
In city
front yard
limits.
shotgunning.
Or even like faded jeans. Like they're going to fade
Yeah.
anyway. Why would you start with them fade? I'm confused about the
Bring
whole
back
thing.
acid washed jeans.
Well, the frayed bottom of the jeans is the big thing now. I've noticed, like have the little strings hanging down.
I'm definitely in old man territory here. But
Yeah.
but this is
What's your feeling on jean shorts?
Jorts. They have a name, Chris.
there's two things that I really, really dislike. One is the holes in jeans, and then the other one is the
Children.
Stickers on stickers on ball caps.
And furthermore,
No, I forgot the other one because it just went by. Oh, good. On a side note, have either of you seen the movie Idiocracy?
no.
No.
Okay, so Idiocracy is about a normal guy, Luke Owen, I think. Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson's brother.
Yeah.
He goes to the future.
Happened to him.
He gets
That's okay.
he gets cryogenically frozen or something or other. Goes to the future, and because in this movie, apparently smart people in the world decide that they don't want to have kids. So basically, in the future, everyone's dumb. So that's the whole thing. No? The society's dumb. Terry
Crews. Tell me.
Crews is the president. Yeah. So
I want to see this movie.
anyway, so it's really a funny movie, but when they did it, like they water everything with Gatorade. They stopped using water. They're just they use Gatorade. But anyway, the movie's pretty funny and it's like a satirical whatever. But the guy who made the movie, they wanted to dress people as dumb as possible. So they found this new and upcoming shoe company that made stupid shoes that they assumed would be out of style. So if you watch the movie, everyone in that movie is wearing Crocs in the future. Because they assumed that was not going to be a success. I'm just saying.
Wow.
It's a true thing. Look it up.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. You have me at Terry Crews. He's fantastic.
I didn't know about
Terry likes this movie.
It's funny. I just read this a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that's amazing.
Crocs. I would definitely have assumed like that was like space age nonsense. Yeah, okay, that'll catch on.
Wow.
Well, it's funny because I just watched an episode of Seinfeld where he meets a guy who shaves his head, and Jerry's like, are you from the future? I'm like, he is, actually, because that has happened.
It has.
All righty. Man, I can't remember what the other thing I was annoyed about with clothing was the ripped.
About a hat.
And the pants, the lack of belt. That was the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. That's like there's a lot of styles like mesh shirts and things that are from different eras.
Sure.
Did you say mesh shirts?
Yeah, but
Yes.
but the
I
pants.
was a big fan of those actually.
But the
Huge
pants,
fan.
the not wearing a belt and letting the pants like roll down your thing, that has been around since I've been a kid.
It's called sagging. It has a
Yes.
name, Tom.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah.
But I've never understood like what. It's so terrible. Like if my pants, like, if anyway.
There's an apartment complex.
I love seeing them run, and they can't run because their pants are too low.
We would do some. I would go to this apartment complex often to help out people that lived in that neighborhood, and it was really funny because the front office had a sign that said no shoes, no pants, no shoes, no shirt, no saggy pants, no service.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't think that means what you guys were going for.
If you're not wearing saggy pants, get out. All right. Are there any certain planned games for the Atlanta thing? We're going to bring games that are newer and that will be at Gen Con. I'm trying to work with some companies to get them to send them to us, and then we'll bring them up with us. And I'm almost 100% going to have Ready, Set, Bet with me.
I'm also going to bring
of
some
course.
small box card games.
Yeah, we'll have some games, and I think there'll be
like
games
that.
at the store. You bring games. We're not promising to play with everybody who's there because I don't think it's possible, but we'll at least talk to you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. People are still talking about Space Base and sevens. Do you wear sneakers to church? I do. I wear these everywhere. They're not even that really. I don't know. They're not considered sneakers. What are these called?
Crocs?
No, not Crocs. They're Anyway,
they're closest to a sneaker, I guess, but they look nice enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear trashy-looking things to church, I suppose, but
They're not basketball shoes. You're not wearing Air Jordans.
I do have a pair of Rubik's Cube sneakers, which I'm really proud of. They're all different colors, but I wouldn't wear those to church. Have you not seen them? I don't wear them very often.
I would pay you to wear those to church.
Well, I would do that. I mean, I'll do it for money. Come on now. I mean,
I'm not an animal.
Oh, man.
Alrighty, let's see here. People are talking about this. How many different types of mustard are in your fridges? I have 5. Spicy brown, regular, jalapeno, Dijon, and honey. Wow. By regular, do you mean yellow? Because that's not regular. That's like American cheese. But
just great.
I have yellow because my kids like it. I never use it.
I think we have 0 mustards in our refrigerator.
How do you... What if you're going to eat a sandwich?
I don't know. I eat it without mustard.
I will tell you.
I almost always have spicy brown and a honey one laying around.
We usually have a Dijon.
I'm too lazy that I won't use the knife to get it out. I'll just get the mustard I don't like that I can just squeeze out rather than get a knife and get the.
Well, yeah, but a lot of these mustards come in.
That's the most Joey sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Yes, it really is. But I'm not saying I'm lazy. Just saying the knife's all the way over there.
What's the possible next big purchase for video equipment? Are we talking about anything?
I don't think we have anything really.
We're thinking about getting another camera because we could use another one in this studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody stole one of our cameras.
Are you talking about like an annex-related incident?
Annex related. No, that's not the. I mean, we weren't using it then, but we were thinking we could use another one in here. But picking a camera to get is a real pain in the neck.
It is.
Because for what we're doing, I can't go online and be like, what's the best camera for recording live streaming board games?
Yeah.
Because there's like 4 people who do it.
Yeah.
Typically, there's a lot of people that do it.
There's 4 people who do it who I want their opinion on cameras. And I don't mean that as a negative thing, but a lot of people are using a single camera or webcams and stuff.
Yeah, we have quite a rig that it needs to fit into that ecosystem.
Looking forward to the new season of Black Mirror. Is there a new one coming? Ooh, I'm excited about that.
We just talked about that. I quit after the first episode. I need to keep...
And that's the thing. That's a reasonable thing. No, it's reasonable to do that. You should not watch the first episode of Black Mirror.
I've heard the plot synopsis and I thought, I don't need to watch that show.
You really don't.
I need to go back and watch because I hear it gets better after the first season.
It really...
Or first episode.
After the first episode, it gets better.
And they're very there's no correlation. They're just...
No, they're all like, it's like Twilight Zone.
I remember sitting on my
modern
couch.
Twilight Zone. It's all about tech. It's like, how will tech ruin your life?
Yeah.
I remember sitting on my couch afterwards, turned it off thinking, what just happened?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
But I do want to see it.
Let's see. People are now telling you to go see Idiocracy.
So many people have seen that? It's incredible. You're my people.
How are they your people?
Because I like Terry Crews. Terry Crews.
That's not why they watched it.
We talked about people that would be fun to play games with. Terry Crews is right up there towards the top.
He does seem like a person would be fun to play games with.
He would be fun.
I don't know. I could disagree with that. That's pretty great.
You put Tom Cruise towards the top on yours?
That's really eerie because I was just thinking about how
he would not.
Tom Cruise would not be that fun.
No.
You really are a mentalist.
Ta-da! For my next trick.
I think Kevin Hart wouldn't be fun because he seems like a fun guy, but I think he'd be more worried about making everyone at the table laugh than playing the game.
He and Robin Williams, before he died, obviously, but those two are can't really turn it off long enough to play.
Like verbal diarrhea.
Right.
Let me tell you. No, I'm not going to make a dead joke. Okay. Robin Williams would be less fun to play games with now. Got it out of my system.
Really.
Has anyone ever awkwardly confronted you about a negative review for their game? Yes. Yes.
It's so fun.
Not too many times, but yes. There's a very recent one, actually.
You had a very awkward one, yes.
Yeah, so yes. Does Chief wear Crocs? The Chief does not wear Crocs, no. Crocs are banned in almost every reality other than our own. Tom's not wearing a tie. I don't fight ties. But, yeah, this is an off day, so I decided to wear a shirt.
See, I was expecting the other way around. I was expecting to come into the office today to play games with you wearing a tie and no shirt.
That's a weird expectation you have there, Chris.
I just saw Chris Farley in that, what was the one he did with...
The SNL, the dancer,
SNL skit?
Chippendale skit.
Yeah, that was good. That was a bow tie. It was a bit more fancy.
That was with Swayze, right?
Yes.
Man.
On the news, I always see alligators in a pool or roaming the streets of Florida. Is it really common to see this? Have you seen this? I'm in California. No. I've never seen an alligator roaming the streets or in someone's pool.
Joey?
You've seen one drop, blocking your driveway before, right?
No.
We don't
Really?
get that much
I've seen them over there, and you haven't here. You live, in the Everglades, and...
There has to be a lot of water near your house for this to happen.
I guess. We had it one time when we came in, and it was blocking the driveway. And they
To
were
your house?
Our neighbor's house. So everyone was just watching it. You had to honk and get it to go. It was little, 4 foot. I don't think they take them away until they're 5 or 6, but big enough to kill your dog. But
they're not an issue here at all. I've never heard of a dog, any animal getting killed by one. The problem that we run into here, it's not even here. It's in the Everglades themselves. The Everglades' biggest problem isn't gators anymore. It's the snakes.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have snakes much around here. There's small snakes will show up around every once in a while. But
there's big pythons.
The pythons that were brought in an invasive species are destroying the ecosystem of the Everglades. They've killed almost all the deer, even the predators are getting taken out, and they haven't figured out how to stop them yet.
They're like professional hired, mercenary style hired python hunters. You can get big prizes for killing a big old python out there. So if any of you need quick cash, why don't you just wrestle this thing that took out a deer?
I think that's in my top 10 jobs I would never want to have in my whole life. I can't, but I get the Everglades. Okay, I don't really want to go there. It's swampy and all. What am I doing? Hunting snakes. You need your toilet cleaned, because I would rather do that.
We had on the news because we don't find them up where we are, but there's 14-foot python found, and I interviewed the kid that found it, right? And he's and you can tell this guy knows snakes. He goes, well, I saw this tail sticking out of the bush. I started pulling it out. I kept pulling and pulling. I thought, I better stop pulling. Who does that? So who sees something and wants to pull it out of the bush?
If I saw a python tail in our bush, I'd be like, kids, get in the house, lock the door.
That's exactly it.
Right. It knows how to use door handles.
That's I won't even get my dog.
My dog would let it in because my dog does know how to use a door handle.
Oh, that is really annoying.
Oh, that's the creepiest thing.
We have a friend whose dog figured out the door handle thing. Yeah, that sucks.
I gotta get a video of that. I'm gonna post.
I am honestly thinking about switching it to a doorknob.
No, I'm gonna post that video so you see. It's not just luckily, it is. It's so crazy and creepy.
No, and the thing is, I know she can do it on demand because every morning when we get back from walking our dogs, we let them in the backyard. I go to the front door, they're there waiting for me in the house. Because they run around to the back. The Fuzzy, even though she fights the other one, she's like, come on. So the younger ones want to open the door, and they get there, they open that door, and they're in. So.
That's wild.
Fantastic. No mustards at all.
All right, I got to do full reviews of the new Marvel United content. Yes, but I don't know when it's coming out. It's probably not coming out till next year, right?
I'd assume, yeah.
Wait, when was the Kickstarter? It was just a couple months ago, right?
I've lost track.
Was I talking about mustard? After the hurricane, when everyone loses their stuff in the refrigerator, right? Because your power goes out. You have to rebuy everything. There's never any mustard at Publix because people buy mustard once every 3 or 4 years. And you don't realize that everybody has to get their mustard again. It was incredible that they're out of mustard. I'm like, what's happening right now? But it's because mustard lasts for a while.
I'm always confused about the stuff that does go out. So water makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but bread, you can live without eating bread.
You can.
I'm always confused about that.
You're talking about people that don't have 25 pounds of dried rice storage in their house.
You know what?
That's me.
I guess maybe the bread thing makes sense because people are going to say, let's eat something that's not, that if the electricity goes out and stuff.
Oh, sandwich, peanut butter jelly sandwich is super easy. You can have that.
Yeah, the main thing that I've learned down here is get a grill.
Yes.
And get meat, because the freezer will last for a good chunk as long as you just quick open it, pull something out.
Oh, yeah.
It will keep that stuff cold. Then you grill that meat, and it's amazing.
The first day or two after your power goes out after hurricane, you eat like a king. The shrimp you've been holding on to for the last year eventually is now. And you will eat everything.
If you're miserable, might as well be miserable and eat good.
But also,
right.
It's not often you lose power for 2 days or more.
No, that's true.
You did.
Yeah, we did.
But Florida, for no joke, Florida's prepared for this stuff.
They are.
It's amazing. After Hurricane Irma, when we were driving back, I'm not exaggerating when I say hundreds of power trucks from all parts of Florida will converge on wherever the hurricane was.
Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, they all come down here.
Yeah, when we moved here for the job, I know I was concerned. Wendy was more concerned. We had a lot of questions for you, and it was odd to see how nonchalant you were about everything. Like, hurricanes happen. I was like, well, how do we prepare? Like, have food.
Is there a friendly local game store associated with Dice Tower West Library? Is a friend going to Vegas and want to pass along the info? Well, there's a friendly local game cafe associated with Dice Tower West, which is Meepleville, and they sell games.
Mm-hmm. They have a good small storefront.
Right.
You can go in there, and the cafe is like 2,000 games. You can pay, I don't know what it's at now, $7 maybe the last time I was there, and you can game there all day and everything. Yeah, so Tim, who runs the convention, he's one of the co-runners of the convention. That's also his store.
There was an Orville crossover episode? Huh.
Well, no, I think they mean there was a Orville episode that was like Black
I've seen
Mirror.
the Orville one. Oh, okay. Didn't know there's a Black Mirror one.
Kevin Hart does poker.
I can see that.
That'd be interesting. I wonder if he's like very serious at poker, or if he's the poker player that everybody hates.
Ties, what are they good for? There's two things that ties are good for. One, covering up the stains you get on your shirt front.
Agreed.
And two, you can wear the same shirt 20 days in a row and no one will notice if your tie changes.
Yeah.
That is very
Other
true.
than the smell. But
Also, it hides your if you have my figure, when you get the shirt little paunch separation.
yes.
I look good.
Okay, I was trying to cover up that one, but also that is true.
Look, I'll admit it, okay? I got punch.
From Chips?
From a lot of things.
I had no shirt as the Donkey Kong. You're right.
From the show Chips. Was there a Punch guy in the Chips?
Yeah, it's Punch. Punch and what was the other guy? What was the other guy's name now?
I just remember Punch.
All right, let's see. People are not talking about gators. They're not talking about pythons. A guy who worked in Central Florida said, assume any body of natural water has gators.
That's true.
That's probably true. It's me and Laura were laughing about that because anywhere you go where there's a nice body of water, that usually the man-made ones that are around here, they're like, no swimming, no boating, no fishing. Basically, no fun. And it's not because of gators.
Right.
It's because HOAs.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we made this beautiful body of water, but don't you dare have any fun with it. Except for Coral Gables. I mean, not Coral Gables. I'm sorry. I meant Cutler Bay. So Cutler Bay has these canals going through it, and everyone is like riding boats up and down
really?
swimming and fishing up in Cutler Bay. But Cutler Bay also has a golf cart parade every Christmas.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Actually, just here in Homestead, we have that canal, right, on Canal Street. And which street is that? The canal.
The one that you drive on the way to work.
Yeah, and people are fishing in there out of that thing a lot. They stand on like what looks like a nuclear waste dumping tube out into it, and then you just see them like real.
Yeah, well, there's no rules about fishing there, or swimming, but be careful swimming because there could be. I would be worried more maybe about snakes and gators. I don't know. Also, you can go to a pool. Why would you swim in a canal anyway?
Yeah.
No, those you can fish in, and you can fish all over the place. There's the ocean and lots of fishing. I'm just saying the ones that are in the HOAs, those nothing.
So many restrictions.
Like you can't. Like I think if you scoop some water out of your hand, they might come over and yell at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's more about the HOA than about the water.
Also, yeah, I'm not just going to jump into.
Ooh, the top 3 jobs we never want to do during sports work. Maybe we could do the top 3 jobs we would.
Fun.
If we could do anything in the world, what would we want to do?
Both would be fun.
Yes, they would.
What is more important, box cover or table presence?
Depending on who you're asking.
Table presence, probably.
Table presence for me as a gamer, sure.
Initially, box.
I know which one the board game store wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down. Which is box cover.
This person said mustard's better than ketchup? In what universe? Do you think that too? The fact that you have no mustard in your fridge makes me suspect.
Wait, you disagree with mustard is better than ketchup? Or you agree?
Oh, he said mustard. I'm sorry. I read that backwards. Sorry, Graham, you're correct. Mustard is better than ketchup.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier about how you don't like ketchup. You didn't even like the green and purple ketchup.
Yeah, we were talking about the green and purple ketchup when we were kids. They changed the colors.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is that. We're going to end because I want to go play this game. Or at least finish learning the rules to this game so we can play it. We'll be back tomorrow. 9 a.m. 36 hours. Woo! I'm wide awake. Let's start it now.
Get caught.
Let's do it. All right,
Animal.
Let's pack up the game, bring it over to this table, and relearn it.
I'll just move the cameras.
Let's do it.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Chris Yee.
Put mustard on your sandwiches.
It's delicious.